Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Grace. Welcome back. If you have seen me before, I appreciate you being here. Hope everyone is having an amazing day, whatever you are up to. Yeah, let's get into the video. So today I'm making a little video about some of my top tips and tricks for being an OnlyFans creator in 2024. If you are thinking about starting, if you have just started, yeah, hopefully some of these tips are helpful for you. And yeah, this is all based off my personal experience, what I've learnt, what's worked the best for me, and things that I would recommend. So let's get into the video. If you see me looking down, I have notes on my phone. I just need to remind myself of a few points. Let's get started. So my first tip is to start slow and to build up. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but starting with posts like selfies, bikinis, lingerie pics, starting slow before you build up to posting more explicit content. So if you're just starting, I would personally start with taking like those type of pictures first, whatever you are comfortable with. All of this is also based on whatever you are comfortable with. This is just my experience and my tips, but figure out what you are comfortable to post, all of the types of things you want to post, your content, then posting photos to start before you move into more explicit videos would be my recommendation. But obviously if you're comfortable with that, go for it. But if you're just starting out, there's no rush to go into posting full explicit, full-length videos straight away. You can build up to it, and once you get comfortable, move into posting that type of stuff. Tied in with that as well is pricing. So with pricing, some tips I have is make sure you are pricing yourself what you think is fair and what you think someone would pay, and also what you think you are worth. So taking those things into factor is important, making sure you don't obviously be charging $200 for one picture. Like, you're needing to be somewhat reasonable if you can, good for you. But if you are just starting out, like having a look at what other creators are posting, obviously not copying other creators' ideas, but getting a feel for some pricing, seeing what you think is fair, what you think someone will pay for you, then yeah, finding a nice middle ground basis of that. And then you've kind of got a guide for posting pricing of each type of content. So like a little picture pricing guide, what you'd roughly charge for pictures, and then more for videos as well, obviously. But if you have any questions with pricing in specific details, then feel free to send me a message, and yeah, I might even do a full pricing video as well. But yeah, making sure that you're starting slow, building up, and yeah, once it's out there, it's out there. So just make sure you are super comfortable with what you are posting and staying true to yourself. Next little tip I have is staying consistent. So staying consistent is a massive key to OnlyFans and content creation. It is super, super important. It's not just staying consistent on OnlyFans as well. Staying consistent across all of your social medias is so important. Posting every single day, posting feed pics to your OnlyFans, interacting with your subs, messaging, posting across all your socials, stories, reels, posts, everything you can. The more content that you can put out, the better. I'm trying to get better at this myself. I'm trying to make more content across socials. I know it can be definitely tough, and it's hard if you have lots of different platforms and different accounts to keep up with everything, but trying to stay as consistent as you can and posting at least once a day across everything is going to be a great tip for you. Also, in the line of content, taking high quality content is super, super important, and it does make a massive, massive difference to the look of your page, look of your socials, look of everything that you put out there. So some tips about taking the higher quality, making sure you work out what angles look good for you is so important, because that is something that took me a little bit of time to figure out. And obviously everything with this takes time, it takes practice. I've been doing this for nearly 2 years. It does take a lot of time for things to come naturally and for you to work out what is best for you across everything, but in particular about the content. Don't worry if your content, you're not happy with it at the start. It will get better and you'll learn what looks good, and things do get quicker, taking better pictures, better angles as you go along. But working out what angles look good for you, using natural lighting is important as well. If you don't have a ring light or just a little light as well, they can clip onto the top of your phone, like those little selfie lights. Definitely get one of them. You can get them super cheap. They are a lifesaver. Highly recommend having a light, because it is just your best friend. It's going to increase everything, make it look so much better, and help you to take better content without having to worry about the lighting. It doesn't need to be expensive. Same with a tripod as well. Like these type of things you can find quite cheap online or in shops like Kmart. Tripods, definitely get a tripod and a light. You will thank yourself for it. It makes your life so much easier, and really does help with taking content. Another thing that you could do to elevate, if you wanted to get a camera, you do not need to do this. It is not a necessity at all. It's just something that you could do if you wanted to start taking higher quality pics, doing a photo shoot for some content. It's super fun, but there's no necessity for that. It is just an option if you are interested. And another thing with the higher quality content that kind of stems into it, take what feels comfortable for you. Take your own content. Don't try and recreate everything to be someone else or copy what's trending. Like, make sure you feel comfortable in yourself, taking your own content, working out what looks good when you film, what you feel comfortable doing, all of those type of things, like taking higher quality content and being original, being yourself, putting yourself out there, is so important. Next thing I have is to find your vibe and your niche. So that is, for a lot of people, easier said than done. It can be really difficult to find out what your vibe is, what your niche is, but just think about your interests, your appearance, your style, how are you naturally, like what do you like to do, what type of makeup do you do, what type of hair, or how do you wear your hair, how do you wear your clothes, what type of vibe do you have in your pictures, all of those things. If you've already got a category that you think fits you, then go with that. If you're comfortable with that, go with that. Finding a niche is super important, and making yourself fit that vibe. Like, you want to come across that way, as this is who she is, and they can have a real connection to your identity, your personality, your vibe, because you don't want to have conflicting niches, conflicting vibes going on. Obviously it's hard with some content, like there is role play type things or things that are different in content that might be outside your niche. That's okay, but I just mean in general, like your social media, your feed posts, all of those type of things, they should fit one niche. If you have any questions about that though, feel free to ask me as well. But finding a niche can be difficult, but making sure you do find one and keeping a cute vibe of whatever your vibe is, sticking with that. So another thing is, where am I up to? Next tip, biggest tip probably out of everything, is having a to-do list, having a schedule, being organized. I am an organization freak. I have everything organized. You should see my notes and apps on my phone. Everything is organized into sections, otherwise I would probably lose my mind. So having organization is actually the key. So breaking things down in your notes, you don't have to take my tips, this is just my tip of what I do. So having notes broken down into different categories, so make sure you have a note for what you need to do on your OnlyFans, on your page, what you need to do for each social media, that you have a page on. So if there's any videos that you need to make or any content you need to take, write down what you need to take for all of that. And honestly, having everything written down, I know it sounds simple, but it is a game changer. Writing a little to-do list for yourself for the day, if you're doing a little work block type thing, where you're maybe taking some content all day, getting a few things done, having a list so you don't forget something is necessity, because you do not want to be forgetting something or forgetting that you had to post that by this time and you haven't taken it and because you didn't write it down. Pretty straightforward, but staying organized is the key. Next tip that I have for you is finding out what your fans want. So this just goes into, once you have started, once you've gotten some subs, gotten some fans, deeply chatting with them and understanding what they want to see from you, what they like to see personally. Maybe they have some kinks or some reasons that they are on there for, that they want to have explored or discovered. Maybe they just want to see a bit of everything, but asking them what they want and keeping a note of that is really, really beneficial, because that helps you to connect with your subs more, with your fans more, provide them a better experience by giving them what they want, and you a better experience as well by keeping them around, having more fun with them, and getting to make content for them. It also helps you with what content you want to make for your feed as well, for posting on your feed, anything like that, because you know what people want to see, so people are more inclined to want to purchase it if it's actually what they are wanting to see. So taking notes of it, keeping track of it, and constantly ask your fans if there's something new or different they want to see, because it could be a good video idea for you if you are running out of ideas or you don't have something you want to film. Just ask your fans and connect with them. Another tip I would say, the next one, is don't spread yourself too thin. I kind of mentioned before, it can get a lot if you have a platform on every single social media, an account on everything, you're trying to post multiple times a day on every account, every platform, reels, stories. It can get a lot, especially running it by yourself as a girl. Like if you've got other things as well, if you're working or studying, or you're not full-time on OnlyFans, if you're just starting, it can be a lot to do everything. So that is, everything kind of ties together in my tips here. This is what I've learned, is do not spread yourself too thin. You're better off putting out more quality things, and growth takes time. It's not an overnight thing, so make sure you are just trying your best to keep yourself healthy as well, because it's not like, you don't want to just put everything into this and throw away your work-life balance. Like making sure that you are keeping healthy, looking after yourself, doing all of those type of things. Sorry, I feel like I sound like a mom right now. But keeping a good routine and a balance is super, super important if you are, especially if you are doing this full time, in the line of spreading yourself too thin. All of that is because if you are doing it full time, you can get overwhelmed a lot if you are at home and you are don't have another out, and your work and personal life is all combined. If you're home together, having that like ability to spread yourself out, doing this at this time, this at this time, having the to-do list, not having everything jumbled together, and doing less things better if you are struggling is going to be a lot better than trying to do every single thing and half-ass it all. So if you are struggling with that, working out a balance, a routine for you, figuring out, maybe you set aside a couple hours each day and seeing what you can get done in that time. That could be a good system for you in that sense. Just making sure you are looking after your health, looking after your well-being, all of those things is super important. Do take that seriously, because it does matter. Another thing is reaching out to girls in the industry, because the girls in the industry are amazing. Try and make some friends, reach out and connect with girls, get to know other girls. Maybe you could hang out with some, take some content or some social media type content as well. Anything, just getting to know girls in the industry is definite tip for me. Maybe DM some girls, get to know them, ask how they're going, be super genuine, because girls are so sweet and everyone wants to make more friends. So actually show an interest in other girls' lives. Don't see them as competitors all the time. Making sure you actually want to connect with other girls, because that is super, super important. And every single girl I've met is super lovely, and it is the sweetest industry, honestly. Yes, so that was all my overall tips I had. Basically just a little rundown. Like, my last couple points I had was things do take time, growth takes time, things don't happen overnight. Make sure you do have your mindset right in the beginning, make sure you have your values right, everything that you want to be doing is what you are doing. Don't do things you're not comfortable with, and make sure you are managing your work-life balance and managing yourself well. I hope that that all makes sense, but having a balance is the key to success, and making sure you are doing everything, continually investing in yourself, keeping, all those things, making sure you are developing, growing, but also staying healthy, looking after yourself, being happy, and constantly checking in with yourself. Make sure, keep asking yourself if it's what you want to be doing, make sure you're happy with everything, and don't do something you are not comfortable with. But yeah, it's another thing I wanted to mention as well is, if you are thinking about just starting out and you haven't started, it's not a get quick rich scheme. Like, I know there is lots of girls out there online making millions a year, but don't take it as just, I'm going to post one pic and get rich. No, it's, you need to stay consistent, put the effort in, put the time in, show up every day, make sure you are putting the best version of yourself out there, taking pride in what you do, and basically putting your best effort in, making sure you're happy with everything, and you will see the benefits come from that. But yeah, I wanted to also pop in at the end, if anyone is interested in starting an OnlyFans and you haven't already made an account, I have a referral code. It will be in the bio below, so you can just use the code, and that would be to set up your account. And then if you use that code, let me know and I will be there to help you out with tips and tricks. Nothing changes for you if you use that code at all. It's the same way for you setting up your account. It does give me some benefits on my end, but I will definitely be helping you out if you do choose to use that link. I would really appreciate it. Another thing is, if you guys are interested, I'm looking into the possibility of helping out some of you girls. If you are thinking you want to start an OnlyFans but you're not sure where to start, you don't know how to run it or anything like that, please reach out to me and send me a message. I would love to be able to help you and chat with you. If there is anything I can assist you with, please reach out to me, because I love nothing more than chatting with you girls, and especially the ones who have reached out. Thank you, and thank you for supporting me here, because you are actually the sweetest. Love you girls. Any videos that you guys want to see me do, please let me know. Anything you want me to expand on, any topics you want me to talk about, comment down below. Anything else that you want to see from me, please let me know. I hope you liked this YouTube video. This is definitely my longest one I've done. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a while since the last one. Hopefully this wasn't too rambly and you actually got some value from this. They were my top tips that I've learned so far this year, last year, from being an OnlyFans creator. I really hope this was beneficial for you. If you liked it, please subscribe to me, like this video. Please check out my OnlyFans. It is linked in the description below. It is free to sub. So if you guys want to come and chat with me, come and have some fun with me, then please check it out and give my socials a follow as well. I hope everyone has an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching, if you've made it to the end as well, watching all of my chatting and rambles. I appreciate you guys. Have an incredible day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.